Welcome to Autobike Focus, the home of deep insights into legendary machines of land, sea, and sky. Today we look at an aircraft that has stood as both a symbol of China's aviation history and an example of technological endurance, the 2026 J-8 fighter jet. Known officially as the Shenyang J-8, this twin-engine interceptor first entered service decades ago, but through continuous upgrades, it remains relevant even in the era of stealth aircraft and hypersonic missiles. The 2026 version represents the final evolution of a platform that has witnessed China's transformation from an emerging power into a major player in aerospace technology. The ushering origins of the J-8. The J-8 traces its roots back to the late 1960s, when the People's Liberation Army Air Force needed a high-speed, high-altitude interceptor to defend Chinese airspace against reconnaissance aircraft and long-range bombers. Inspired by Soviet designs like the MiG-21, but developed domestically, the J-8 was China's first indigenous attempt to produce a twin-engine, high-speed interceptor. It was never meant to be a dogfighter, but a guardian of the skies, climbing quickly to intercept intruders. Despite early limitations in avionics and reliability, the J-8 evolved over decades through continuous refinements, with the J-8-2 and later upgrades extending its operational value well into the 21st century. Evolution toward 2026. By the 1990s and 2000s, the J-8 was showing its age compared to fourth-generation multi-role fighters. However, rather than retiring the fleet, China modernized it. Upgrades introduced advanced radars, modern missiles, and electronic countermeasure systems. These improvements turned the J-8 from a limited interceptor into a more versatile fighter with extended lifespan. By 2026, the aircraft has received further avionics and structural upgrades, ensuring it can still serve in regional defense roles, training missions, and as a deterrent asset in less contested environments. Design and aerodynamics. The J-8 maintains a distinctive design philosophy. Its long fuselage and nose intake design, coupled with mid-mounted swept wings, give it the appearance of a stretched MiG-21, but with twin engines for greater thrust and reliability. This layout prioritizes speed and climb rate over maneuverability. The 2026 variant incorporates modifications in airframe strength and materials, making use of lighter composites to improve endurance. Though it lacks stealth shaping, radar-absorbing coatings have been applied in limited capacity to reduce detection range. Its aerodynamic design still emphasizes stability and altitude performance, rather than extreme agility. Power plant and performance. One of the defining aspects of the J-8 is its twin-engine configuration. Early models were powered by less efficient engines, but by 2026, upgraded WP13 and derivative engines provide more thrust and improved fuel efficiency. The J-8 can achieve speeds of Mach 2.2 and maintain high-altitude operations up to 20,000 meters, making it capable of intercepting reconnaissance aircraft or high-altitude bombers. While it does not match the super cruise capability of modern fighters, its ability to respond quickly to aerial intrusions remains a valuable asset for the Air Force in certain strategic contexts, avionics, and radar systems. The 2026 J-8 has received significant avionics enhancements to remain relevant. A modernized pulse Doppler radar replaces older systems, offering greater detection range and the ability to track multiple targets simultaneously. Data link integration allows the aircraft to coordinate with ground control and other fighters, an ability that earlier models lacked. Infrared search and track, IRST systems, have also been added, enabling the J-8 to detect stealth aircraft or missiles based on their heat signatures. These upgrades represent a leap forward from its origins, where avionics were the weakest aspect of the platform. Weapons and combat capabilities. Though the J-8 began as a simple interceptor armed with short-range missiles, the 2026 version carries a much more diverse arsenal. It can mount PL-12 and PL-15 beyond visual range missiles, PL-10 short-range infrared missiles, and precision-guided bombs for secondary strike roles. With up to 8 hardpoints, the aircraft can perform a mix of missions, including interception, limited ground attack, and maritime strike when armed with anti-ship missiles. Its internal 23mm cannon provides backup firepower for close encounters. While it is no longer a frontline multi-role competitor, the J-8's modernized loadout makes it a capable defender in controlled airspace. stealth and survivability enhancements. The J-8 is not a stealth aircraft, but upgrades in 2026 give it some improvements in survivability. Application of radar-absorbing materials reduces its radar cross-section marginally. More importantly, advanced electronic warfare pods and countermeasure systems allow it to jam enemy radars, confuse missile seekers, and deploy decoys. These enhancements give the J-8 a fighting chance in contested environments, though it is clearly outclassed by stealth-based fifth-generation fighters in head-to-head encounters. Cockpit and pilot-centric features. The cockpit of the 2026 J-8 has been modernized to align with current fighter standards. The analog dials of earlier generations have been replaced with multifunctional digital displays, helmet-mounted sights, and hands-on throttle and stick (HOTAS) controls. Pilots benefit from greater situational awareness, with data fusion systems combining radar, IRST, and ground-based feeds into a single interface. These advancements reduce workload and allow the J-8 to function effectively, even when facing more advanced opponents. Operational role in 2026. In the modern PLAAF, the J-8 is no longer a frontline fighter, but rather a supporting asset. Its main role is still airspace defense, particularly in regions where advanced stealth threats are minimal. It is also widely used for pilot training, aggressor roles, and patrol duties. By retaining the J-8 in service, China ensures that it has a larger overall force structure without diverting its most advanced aircraft to routine patrols. This allows fifth-generation jets like the J-20 to focus on critical missions, while the J-8 maintains presence over vast airspaces. Comparisons with global counterparts. Globally, the J-8 occupies a unique niche. Comparable in concept to the MiG-25 and MiG-31 interceptors, it prioritizes speed and altitude rather than maneuverability. Against modern Western fighters such as the F-16 or F-35, it is technologically inferior, but its long-range missiles and high-altitude capability still make it dangerous if used correctly. Against regional opponents, it provides a credible deterrent, particularly when operating in coordination with ground-based radar and missile defenses. Its legacy status makes it less about direct competition and more about fulfilling secondary roles effectively. Export potential and legacy. The J-8 has not been widely exported, unlike other Chinese aircraft, but its influence in China's aviation industry is undeniable. It served as a stepping stone for future projects, proving that China could design and produce twin-engine high-performance fighters domestically. In 2026, the J-8 represents an aviation relic brought into the modern age through persistence, engineering upgrades, and strategic repurposing. For historical and symbolic reasons, it continues to be flown, making it one of the longest-serving fighter designs in the PLAAF inventory. Strategic significance. While the J-8 may no longer dominate headlines like the J-20 or J-31, its persistence speaks to China's doctrine of layered defense. By keeping upgraded legacy platforms in service, the PLAAF maintains a balance between quantity and quality. The J-8 continues to serve as a cost-effective asset, a valuable training platform, and a reminder of China's journey from dependency on foreign aircraft to self-reliance and innovation. Its symbolic weight in Chinese aviation history is immense, representing both past struggles and present-day resilience. Conclusion. The 2026 J-8 fighter jet is not the most advanced aircraft in the skies, but it embodies endurance, adaptation, and strategic pragmatism. From its origins as a high-altitude interceptor in the 1960s to its modernized 2026 form, it has bridged eras of technological growth. With upgraded avionics, modern weapons, and pilot-friendly features, it continues to serve useful